Yesterday, Apple launched three new iPhones, the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 Pro, and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. We've got updated cameras, new designs, and a whole lot more to talk about, so let's quickly jump into this one. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech, and if you do end up liking what you see here, please subscribe to C4E Tech and ring that bell too. Let's now go ahead and get started. The iPhone 11, this is the successor to the iPhone XR. So you have the same screen up front, 6.1-inch liquid retina display is what they're calling it. So no OLED here, and the resolution, it is 1792 by 828 or kinda HD plus. But while it looks the same from the front, Apple has changed a lot here. First up, we have spatial audio along with support for Dolby Atmos. Apple is really hyping this one up, saying that will create a sound field around the listener. So I'm kinda excited to try this feature out for myself. Now coming to the internals, we have the newest Apple A13 Bionic that is running the show here like with all these phones. Well, the XR came with 3 gigs of RAM. The new iPhone 11 is supposed to be coming with 4 gigs, but Apple never actually confirms these at their events, so this is speculation. It seems like a decent performance boost, that said, at least on paper. The real upgrade though is when it comes to the cameras. Now we have a new square camera cut out to the back, and it holds 2 cameras instead of 1. The 12 megapixel f1.8 primary from last year, that's still present, but now it's paired with another 12 megapixel sensor. This comes with a f2.4 lens, but it's an ultra wide. So Apple's calling it a zoom out. Why is that important? Okay, we'll come to that. The updated camera app, it lets you see the whole framing, including the ultra-wide angle view, even when you're in the regular shooting mode. This means you can frame your shots a whole lot better. Apple now also has a night mode, and that is another feature I'm really excited to try out and see how it compares with night sight on the Pixel 4. The front camera, again, a 12 megapixel unit here, and you can also take 4K videos with all the cameras. Front, back, and even the ultra wide. And the rear cameras, they let you switch between the regular and ultra wide when you are taking a video. Pretty cool, right? Apple also lets you take something that they're calling slow fees. Okay, now that's slow motion videos via the front cameras. Now, this is a new feature. Given Apple's introduced it, I'm guessing we're going to be seeing a lot of this going forwards. I'm pretty sure a lot of Android manufacturers will be coming up with something like this. Note this down, this is something we're going to be seeing. Portrait mode also gets a couple of new effects, including the high key light mono effect, which I think looks really cool. And Apple finally lets you take portrait pictures of pets, objects, and everything else, not just humans. Okay, that was a long time coming. Now enough with the camera features, let's quickly take a peek at the design and build before we jump into the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max. The new iPhones are now also water resistant to twice the depth of the previous XR. They can stay up to 30 minutes in 2 meters of water. Apple also claims that the front and back glass of this generation of iPhones, now this is the strongest out there when it comes to smartphones, all thanks to their unique dual ion exchange manufacturing process. Now that's about it for the iPhone 11, unless I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, why are they calling it the iPhone 11 and not the 11R? Well, last year the iPhone XR sold really well for Apple, better than the iPhone XS, which was their flagship iPhone. And the flagship being outsold, now that is not good for brand value for a premium brand like Apple. So renaming this as a base variant of their flagship line instead of calling it a different line by itself, now that makes a lot more sense, and that also helps Apple to compete with something like a Galaxy S11 that's going to be coming out, or a Pixel 4. Now think about it for a minute. If you're going to choose between a S11 or an iPhone 11, sounds better, right? Or if you're going to have to choose between an S11 or an iPhone 11R, which is like a lower version of an iPhone 11, though it's the same phone, it's just a mental thing, and I guess that's basically why Apple's kind of changed the naming here. Now anyway, moving on to the iPhone 11 Pro, the screen here is OLED, 5.8 inches. The 11 Pro Max, it gets 6.5 inches. The resolution is also higher, of course, on the Pro Max, and it's more brighter. There's better contrast and dynamic range than the previous generation 10s and 10s Max. Apple also claims they've made the display 15% more battery efficient, which should lead to significant impact on battery life. Coming to design, we have a similar glass sandwich design held together by stainless steel rims, and this is not a mistake that Apple made at the event. Samsung. As far as internals go, they are mostly the same, A13 Bionic, but this time the RAM has apparently been bumped up to 6 GB. And like I said, with the iPhone 11, this is not something Apple generally talks about at their event. So this is again the RAM, it's speculation. And also you get Type-C because it's a Pro. Oh, you don't. It's still the Lightning port. It's only the iPad Pro that got Type-C. So why is this a Pro? We'll get to that. What Apple does offer here is an 18-watt fast charger in the box. And as I mentioned earlier, battery life has also been improved. Apple estimates 4 more hours of battery on the 11 Pro compared to the 10s, 5 more hours on the 11 Pro Max compared to the iPhone 10s Max. So what makes the 11 Pro and the Pro Max a Pro? Well, Apple says it's cause it's got a Pro display, Pro performance is what it offers, and well, lastly, it's got Pro cameras. We now have 3 on the square cut out to the back, a first for Apple. Now all are 12 megapixel units. The primary one and the telephoto snapper, they are the same from last year, with the third entrant being that 12 megapixel 120-degree ultra-wide camera. Now with the combination of the telephoto and the ultra-wide, Apple claims a 4x optical zoom. How? Well, the ultra-wide, remember how I said they were calling it a zoom out? Well, it's a 2x zoom out, and the telephoto is a 2x zoom in. So there's a total of a 4x optical zoom. Get it? Now, that's not how we've been doing things on the Android side of the spectrum, but I'm sure Android manufacturers will follow suit soon enough. Now, on the video front, we already had 4K 60 FPS, but now we get 4K 60 FPS with all 3 cameras and audio zoom as well. And iOS 13 also comes with video editing tools on board. Seems pretty neat. Can't wait to test it out. The rest of the new camera features, we've already gone over them with the iPhone 11. Now there's one feature I haven't mentioned yet, and that's mainly because we don't have that feature at launch. That's Deep Fusion. It uses the A13 Bionic's AI and machine learning functionality to stitch together an image from multiple photographs. It's supposed to take 9 images, 4 short images, 1 long exposure shot, and 4 more secondary shots, and then combine all of these photos together to make one final shot. It sounds awesome, and I can't wait for Apple to roll this update out so that I can go ahead test it out. And well, all this is nice. Here's the part that's gonna hurt: the price. The iPhone 11, it's priced at $64,900. That's $12,000 lesser than the 10R at launch last year, so that's okay, kinda. The 11 Pro starts at 1 lakh. The 11 Pro Max at 1,10,000. Now compared to the US pricing, they are about 25 to 40% higher, just like last year. And given the new launches, the existing portfolio, as always, does get a price cut. And these are the current prices. So with that, we get to the end of this video. Thumbs up, thumbs down based on what you felt about it. Also, do let me know, what do you think about the new iPhones? Are you thinking of getting one? And what's your favorite feature about these new iPhones? Do you feel they are a worthy upgrade, or do you feel, as always, they are way too overpriced? Let me know whatever you think in the comments below. And thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4E Tech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.